I have a problem. I've got Wi-Fi at my house, but I have a shed about 75 feet away from me, and I don't want to really run Cat 5 cable all the way over there because I do have a larger property, and I want that option of being able to have Wi-Fi further across than I really want to do all the infrastructure type of stuff to do. So how do I solve this? Do I use a Wi-Fi extender on the outside to maybe increase that output for Wi-Fi on devices? Or do I use a bridge? The company sent me these. The company is UeeVii, and this is called a Wi-Fi bridge. So I'm going to show you how this is put together and what it's capable of in handling my Wi-Fi needs. Let's go ahead and unbox this. We have instructions. Again, we have a pair of these devices. We have a couple of clamps to secure this to a pole or to some other mounting system. We have a couple of what's called PoE, or Power over Ethernet. So on the bottom of this, the PoE or the LAN to plug in your Cat 5 or Cat 6 cables, and there's a pair of these. So you're going to have power going to each one of these, and they included some short cables. For my application, I actually needed to get some more cables because you're going to run power from the PoE side of this to each of these units, and then the other side is going to be to connect your cable to your router from your home station, and then a cable to run from your away station to either your device or another Wi-Fi router, so you can increase your Wi-Fi footprint at your remote location. And I also bought this weatherproof outdoor extension cord to plug in the units. From my back door, you can see the shed, which is about 75 feet from where I'm at. I also have another property right next to the house and caddy corner on the back side that potentially could be sites for me to build a shop or a she shed or something like that. For the purposes of this video, this is going to be a temporary setup. This is the model CPE453. I know there's a lot of reviews on YouTube on the CPE450, so this is actually the latest model of this Wi-Fi bridge. Now we'll take a look at this bridge. You'll notice that there is a cover here that can be taken off. So just squeeze that little tab and pull it off, and then you'll see you've got a switch here. M is for master, S is for slave. And apparently you can connect up to 8 slaves to the master. There is a DC port for power, but because we're doing PoE, we don't need to use that. This is going to be your reset switch as well as your channel selector. This is where you plug in your PoE cable from the PoE injector, okay? And then this is where you're going to need to connect your Cat 5 or 6 cable to the router if this is the master. Now if this is the slave, then we're going to do this Cat 5 or 6 to your device, whether it's a laptop or something that'll accept a Cat 5-6 cable, or you can plug it into another Wi-Fi router. Alright, and then on the side, you actually have a signal strength and power indicator. On the back, you'll notice that there are these plastic mounts, and this clamp will actually go through, and you can mount that onto a pole or use it to mount to the side of a building or what have you. So with that being said, let's put this together. First thing we need to do is, this one is set to master, and I'll set this second one to slave. Now if it's Starlink or any of that other stuff, I'm not going to show you that because I don't have experience with that. So the very first thing that we need to do is get power to the master. And we'll plug this in to where it says PoE. And over here, we'll plug it into where it says PoE. Alright, so we've got a power indicator on. We also have a little red light in the back. We need to connect this to the router. And then you'll see that this is flashing. Now we'll go ahead and connect the slave. Okay, so we've got both. And just give it a minute. And ideally, these units will be facing each other. The SIG 1 through 4 indicator lights are solid, so this thing should be paired. Only thing now to do is test it out. The Wi-Fi bridge, temporarily put up with some zip ties. It's got the black cord going to the router, the white cord plugged in through the PoE injector, and got this extension cord running all the way out to my shed, and you can see that I've zip tied this one here. Now there's a different cord, it's not plugged into anything. Okay, and I've got my computer on. The Wi-Fi signal is incredibly weak. I mean, the latency is pretty incredible. Okay, so I've disconnected the Wi-Fi, and we're going to plug in the cat cable directly into the computer, and let's see what it does. There you go. Go to speed test. So the maximum is going to be about 100 megabytes per second download. Let's see what it does on the upload. Alright, so it shows 80.27 download and 2.14 upload, which isn't really surprising. I'm not going to be out here in the shed uploading videos to YouTube and things of that nature. I'll do that from home. But for what it's worth, it is doing very, very well. Now, it's supposed to be able to work up to 3.2 kilometers or 1.6 miles or something like that. So I don't have a property that big, but if you are in a remote location where you just don't have a good cell signal to be able to use as a hotspot for any of your devices, or if that's not feasible, then this is a pretty good way of doing it, and you can actually have up to 8 slaves with the master. So that's pretty impressive, just beaming your Wi-Fi signal all over your property. From the reviews that I've read, there are some customers that have said that this will work through some trees, but I doubt that it's going to work through a forest. You got a lot of interference there, right? So for the most part, I mean, it does what it says it's going to do, and it's for a relatively cheap price. So if you're interested in this product, I'll put a link in the description box below, along with the 50-foot cables that I got, the weatherproof power strip, and see if that'll help you. But yeah, I'm gonna have to drill some holes and all that kind of stuff to get me where I need to be in terms of using Wi-Fi out here in the shed. I just ran the speed test again, and the download is 68.54 and the upload is 39.35, which is interesting because I actually have a 1 gig download and a 40 megabyte upload service. Let's see if we can test it again. Way until the very last thing that you do is put the wheel back on. You're torquing down. That is actually outstanding. Let's see, let's take a look at the side here. Well, the SIG 1 through 4 is solid, so that's pretty good. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments box below. Other than that, this wraps up this product review. So hope you enjoyed it and hope that's helpful. So until next time, see ya.